Okay, this is going to be a quick overview of this latest vehicle and then a recap of the other vehicles that I've recently added. So you can see here there are no RCS thrusters anywhere around the vehicle. All there is these two gimbals. And rotation assist is on. So if I give it some thrust, if I just angle it, so it takes a long time for the rotation assist. If I give it some thrust, then I can aim where I'm going. And then if I let go, the rotation assist actually uses the gimbals to kill the rotation. And it takes a little while for it to kick all the way off, but basically it doesn't really matter. So that's this vehicle. So you can see if I give it the input, nothing happens. And if I turn rotation assist off, it'll be even more clear. If I just give it a roll input, if I just give it a directional input, nothing happens. I have to also combine it with a thrust input. And so then by using the thrust input in combination with the other directions, now I can control the attitude of the vehicle. So it's quite powerful. I may turn it down for the actual vehicle, and of course that's always a player customizable setting, but that's just a quick overview of that. And then the other vehicle that's most recently added is the single gimbal hopper. This one, the rotation for yaw is actually using RCS. You can see that there's actually RCS for the, in this case it's yaw, but really it's the roll. And this is a lander. And it's quite difficult to land because you have to be coming straight down basically, very gently. I won't even try to land it right now. It would take a long time because it'll bounce. So with this one, I think that the best exercise is to try to land it. You can see it's particularly hard to land it with rotation assist. I might have got it. So it looks like a landing to me. Yeah, it's not going to fall over. And in this vehicle, you can press F, and that will put your reset location in a pad wherever you are. And you can see that there's quite a big world up there. And of course, there's plenty of land around you. So even though you can't properly play the game and enjoy the different aspects of Ace Racers SP course creation, you can cruise around here and then set your reset location, so that, because it's kind of challenging, at least if you set your reset location, then when you get disoriented or too far away, then you can pop back to your reset location. All you do is press R, it'll warp you right back there. So if you fly over to one side of the map and you want to stay over there and you want to be able to easily get reoriented, then you can do that. And again, so here's what it looks like. Alright, and so now fully operational is the proper rubber ducky full, and this one is a single gimbal space vehicle. So here you can do course creation and all the Ace Race this one, it uses RCS for roll and a single gimbal for pitch and yaw. So RCS roll, you don't need to have any throttle, but for pitch and yaw, you do. Alright, so those are the 3 latest vehicles. Next up in the works, now that I got the 2 gimbal rotation stabilization figured out a little bit, I was moving it pretty bad. I do plan to make a 2 gimbal lander, or maybe a 4 gimbal lander, but probably a 2 gimbal lander. So the 2 gimbal lander will not have any RCS for yaw or roll, however you want to think of it, for the spin axis, and it will be very challenging in that respect to landing in lunar gravity. I would like to have these gimbal landers in Earth gravity with atmosphere, but I haven't figured out how I'm going to go about doing that, because simulating atmosphere is outside of the scope of this game, to be quite honest. I was looking into it a little bit. I could add some friction. I can try to figure out roughly how much friction there should be to be in atmosphere, and then turn up the Earth gravity, and I may do that. But Earth atmosphere, you know, you have some wind and aerodynamic surfaces on your vehicle, whether you like it or not, and I just feel like it's outside of the scope of this game. But the problem is that now that if I'm talking about a gimbal lander, then of course you want to try to land on Earth with like a SpaceX booster type vehicle, which is what the gimbal lander is kind of like, landing that. And because the lunar gravity is so light, then you need to be very gentle when you set down, otherwise you'll tip over. But with a bit more gravity, then you could be a little rougher, because gravity would pull you harder onto your legs. So that's kind of what's in the works. Maybe for Ace Racers SP, I might try to work on some of that over the weekend, but as you may be able to tell, I'm very sick, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I may just lay here the whole entire weekend. Happy New Year. Alright, thank you very much.